This, do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. Hey, what's going on? Good afternoon. It is 12 o'clock, 12:08 Central Time here in Houston, Texas. Today is Friday, July 28th, and the topic of the day is when can I apply for naturalization to become a U.S. citizen as a VAWA green card holder? Welcome to the show, folks. My name is John Ting. I practice immigration law all 50 states of America, across the world, helping you solve your immigration problem, maybe even preventing it from happening in the first place, okay? Now, one thing I want to note here is that if you're just now joining for the first time, welcome, because we do offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. So take advantage of that, especially now that you're joining live here. You don't have to provide any kind of secret code or anything. I used to do that a long time ago. We just take your word for it, okay, that you found us on social media. So yeah, let us know. Take advantage of it. The way to do that is going to giving us a call or go to our website, greencardguys.com, click on contact us. All right. And then you can answer a couple questions. And after you click submit, it'll give you an opportunity to self-schedule. Now, please keep in mind, within 24 hours of a business day, or maybe the same day, one of our team members, a CARES team specialist, will call you to let you know that, yes, we can continue with the appointment, or maybe have to cancel, but really because maybe canceling it because we can offer a free guide that maybe that's all you need. All right. For the meantime. So, but I'll share the number. I'm not trying to be a telemarketer, but TikTok apparently doesn't allow us to show the number. So it's 720-740-4247. But otherwise, just find us online. The numbers are there as well. So no worries. Okay. Interesting thing about Instagram versus TikTok is that Instagram, I click live at the same time, and Instagram's still trying to figure it out. So if you're starting a business yourself, definitely want to put more time towards TikTok. All right. So again, the topic is when can I apply for U.S. naturalization as a VAWA green card holder? All right. So the answer is 3 years. Okay. 3 years. Now, but that's assuming that your abuser, your perpetrator, was also a U.S. citizen for 3 years themselves. Okay. So let me I can share my screen on YouTube and Facebook here. So if you're wondering, looking at my screen, you can go to greencardguys.tv so you can see it. Let me enlarge it real quick. I won't show it for long. But yeah, it says eligible here. Let me try and make it larger. Okay, eligible survivors of DV, domestic violence, who obtain green card as a spouse of a U.S. citizen, as a spouse or child of a lawful permanent resident who subjected them to battery or extreme cruelty, may apply for naturalization after residing in the U.S. for 3 years as a permanent resident yourself, right? So keep that in mind. Yeah, actually, I don't know why I said what I said earlier, but it doesn't say, I actually don't see anything about that the abuser had to be a U.S. citizen to wait those 3 years. So I apologize about that. But it does say here that you have to wait at least 3 years. So fortunately, you don't have to wait a full 5 years. Okay. Let's see what else. But that's a key thing to know, because I know a lot of y'all waiting for status in general, because maybe you need for a lot of different things, maybe for insurance, like health insurance. I know one of our clients, unfortunately, just broke her leg recently, and the health insurance is going to be, the health cost is going to be, the surgery cost is just insurmountable. So it's very unfortunate. So the sooner you apply, look, folks, if you're married to a U.S. citizen, if you're married to a resident, go ahead and get started. Don't wait. Okay. Now, if your spouse is a resident, hopefully he or she can go ahead and is eligible to become a U.S. citizen. And that's an N-400 form. In fact, it's a lot quicker these days. Okay. Once you file, generally speaking, I don't know where your field office is, I don't know where you live, but generally speaking, it seems to be about 2 to 3 months on average from the time you file until you get at least the interview. Okay. So it's not bad. Sometimes we get it in 1 month, 1.5. But yeah, you might as well do it. Okay. Don't wait around for it. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all say, like, they may have a call with us, a strategy session, and they have, y'all indicate, yeah, it's important, but then really in reality, y'all just giving up. Y'all getting busy. You don't put emphasis on it. You haven't prioritized it. Where that's one reason it's important to hire a lawyer. It's not so much, of course, obviously for our legal knowledge and our experience, but also to nudge you, okay, to get you going, to get that legal status. Because a lot of people, they've been married for 10 years or so, and they call us and like, I finally want to do this. I'm like, all right, don't back out now. All right. So because even as a resident, I know a lot of y'all try to do good and be a good person, but sometimes you get hanging out with the wrong crowd, right, at the wrong time, and you might get arrested. You might go drinking, and then at the bar, then you go driving. Yeah, you get pulled over, and then you might get referred to immigration court, and before that, detention center. So yeah, you want to avoid those kind of problems. Okay. By the way, if you didn't know this and you're joining for the first time, welcome again. You're welcome to write in a question, type in a question in the comment section, whichever platform you're on, and we'll try to get to you as soon as possible. Let's see here. Y'all got a lot of questions. This is great day. Okay. I can only stay on for 15 minutes. I have several, my associate's out today. She's on vacation, so I gotta handle all the consults today. So, okay, Anu, you said, can you travel? Great question, Anu. Some people ask this, if a person can apply for re-entry permit, which is the 131 form, while you're outside. You're going to take a risk because generally speaking, they ask you, every time they ask you to do biometrics, okay? Take your fingerprints at the subcontracted office in America. They don't have that abroad. I believe they got rid of it during Trump administration. So, and it's not part of the workflow for them to send you to a different location internationally anyway. So that's going to be a tough one. But in general, because of the pandemic, they did, do a new process to reuse biometrics if it's within a certain amount of time. But it's not guaranteed. So Anu, if you try this, and maybe they reuse in the best case scenario that you reuse the biometrics, then of course you need to hopefully trust someone to receive that re-entry permit and mail it to you. Okay, because I think you're in India. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not guaranteed. You won't know in advance if they're going to reuse your biometrics. So that's a key thing you need to know. And by the way, folks, if you want to know why it's important to apply for re-entry permit even after you get resident status, it's because maybe you just want to chill and hang out outside America for some amount of time. And maybe it doesn't have to be 6 months in a row, but if you believe you're going to be outside America for at least 6 months in one calendar year, you definitely need to apply for the re-entry permit, preferably before you leave America. Okay. And it's not quick. I think it should be one of those like rubber stamp approvals, but it does take several months. Okay. So essentially as soon as you get that green card, go ahead and apply for the 131. Okay. For re-entry purposes, it's different than advanced parole, but it's the same application. And the other thing to know is, you may not, people that might need this is folks who maybe have a business abroad and want to, just complete the business or pass it off to someone else, sell it. You're just trying to finish up your affairs there outside the U.S. That's another reason. You just never know how long you're going to be outside the U.S. All right. So let me just kind of go. I have a team member as a moderator on TikTok. So thank you, Maria. But so remember Bobby and a couple other people that you pinned. I do want to answer a couple more questions on YouTube real quick. Good morning. Good afternoon, Antonio. Good to see you again. Do I think the feud between Biden administration and Jamaica over LGBTQ issue will slow down immigration from Jamaica? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Um, to be honest, I didn't know there was a feud between both countries in that sense. It sounds like Jamaica is pretty strict on that. But Jamaica in general, they have no, from my understanding, I've never worked for a State Department or USCIS, but yeah, it shouldn't, because America is open in terms of immigration, at least. Maybe not in particular states, but at least with immigration, they don't ask for gender classification. Oh well, they do ask about gender, but I mean sexual preferences or anything like that. So it just depends how you look at it, I guess. Um, let's see. Protesky, good afternoon. Code 1. Hello, can I lose my 2-year green card after divorce? You don't lose the conditional resident status even after divorce, but you do have to remove those conditions within a 3-month period, so 90 days before that 2 years expire. Okay, you got your green card a month ago. Okay, well, sorry about the situation with your spouse. But yeah, that's gonna be a tough one for you, Code 1, because of the timing of everything. So you want to continue to maintain, make sure you keep all those evidence you have bona fide marriage even throughout until the time you get divorced. So like joint bank account. So pretty similar to the documents you may have already provided to USCIS for your first application. Okay, so I think I talked about this yesterday. I-90 or 751. In your situation, Code 1, it's going to be the 751. Okay, your next question is, can your sister apply for an N400 with 2 years green card and her approval 551? She applied for remove conditions 6 months ago. Trying to understand timing here. If it's been at least 3 years and she's still married to that spouse who's a U.S. citizen, then she can apply for N400 after 3 years. Well, technically, within 90-day period before the 3-year mark. So it sounds like she's still a little bit early on that, but pretty close to it. Will you lose? Okay. You got your 2-year green card a month ago. Can you switch your 485 to VAWA? Well, you already have the resident status, Code 1, so you wouldn't file the 485 again. But if for some reason, technically by law, the immigration court judge is the one that would legally revoke your conditional status. Yes, the petition or any denial notice from USCIS will say that, but technically it's a judge. So they'll refer you to immigration court. So at that point, that's maybe when you can consider filing for VAWA, cancellation removal. Okay, but I wouldn't say you need to file that right now. Okay, a little early in that sense, but because you have conditional resident status. Okay, Antonio, thanks for sharing that. I had no idea. They rejected requests from the U.S. for a same-sex couple to get diplomatic immunity. I had no idea. I need to check on that. Interesting. Thanks for sharing, Antonio. Usually they extend the visas with no issues, so wondering if that can cause an issue. You hope not. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I guess it depends who is the visa holder. If you're talking about like Jamaican visas, then yeah, that sounds like that's something they're looking into. But I'm always interested in political landscape across the world if I have more time. So thanks, Antonio. Appreciate it. All right, so let me get to Instagram. Y'all have a couple comments here. Do I do U visas? Yes, we do. Happy to help. By the way, folks, just a good time to share with you. If you have questions that I'm not able to get to, especially on TikTok, y'all are great. A lot of questions, but I'm literally not going to be able to have 8 more minutes before the next consult strategy session. So give us a call. All right. 720-740-4247. That's honestly, if some of y'all have been messaging us, that's fine too. I've been promising some videos for those who messaged me, but even though I'm a little like a week late for some of y'all. So But it is honestly easier on TikTok. So if you're a little shy, you want to send a message instead, I get it. That's cool too. But otherwise, it's honestly better um, for more thorough answers. Okay, strategy session to give us a call or go to our website, greencardguys.com. All right, and answer a few questions. All right, to Patrick. You have two disabled children. What form for U.S. citizenship? I'm sorry to hear that. U.S. citizenship in general is N400, but if they consider like a derivative, I'm sorry, automatic acquisition of U.S. citizenship, then that's generally the N600. So just depends on your situation. I don't know if them being disabled has any reflection on any form. I don't think so. How long does VAWA take? Boy, I mean that it's a long time. I mean, even though let's say if you're a abuser U.S. citizen, you would think it's faster, just as fast as a normal one if someone was getting married. But yeah, they take a long time. Definitely at least a year. Do I handle advanced parole humanitarian? If you mean like the 134 online, to be honest, it seems simple because online system, but it is kind of a logistical nightmare between legal representative and as attorney, and also with the sponsor supporter. So, I mean, if the supporter and the beneficiary already know like you're gonna do it, then yeah, we'll help with that. But every time people call us as a supporter, there's kind of wiffle waffling. They're just not sure. So in that kind of situation, we just don't mess with that. So, but yeah, if you're for sure, then we'll help. Okay, what does it mean? But the other thing about humanitarian parole is that that's not one of those that have a processing timetable. So, for example, if you fill out, you complete the form, there's nothing online, and even if it says online, they don't have to follow it technically, because they could keep just changing it internally. The processing time. Okay, Gigi, what does it mean when I see you see your case been currently with an adjudicating officer? That's a great question. I know that they just updated the system a couple weeks ago, and so they're trying to be a little bit more accurate in terms of what's going on. But even so, I mean, we have to trust that it's actually when it says adjudicating officer, that's a better sign than it just saying actively reviewing. So, because if it's that actively reviewing, we've seen cases people talk to us who are like it's been actively reviewing for like months, like 3+ months. So hopefully, still a new thing. Hopefully, when it says adjudicating officer, it is literally at the final stage. Okay, they're about to make a decision, but I don't know if that's like 1 week, 1 month. I can't tell you. It's still a new situation. Zoe, oh, sorry, I just missed your question. My Cello, your mom is 85. Congratulations to her. She has been a U.S. resident for 20 years. Can she apply for citizenship? Yes, and if you're wondering about the rules, shoot, I forgot 50, 50. I think it's 50 years old. Okay, 50 years old and 20 years as a resident, or 55 years old and 15 years as a resident. So if it qualifies one of those scenarios, then your grandma can take, is it grandma you said, can take the test, part of the test, and language of her preference. Andre applied for a green card, but you have not received a receipt from USCIS. Well, when did you apply? If it's definitely been more than 2 months, then try to submit inquiry, which generally if you submit inquiry, they want the receipt number. So I don't remember how our team does it, but there is one that says an option says lost receipt or did not receive it. Terry, your 765 says actively reviewing, but they have added a standalone approval notice. What does that mean? Well, what was the approval notice for? For something else? It means standalone maybe just for the 765. If it's approval notice for 765, then that clearly shows to everyone that like the status is not accurate because it's been approved. So why does it say actively reviewing for the set if you put the 765 receipt notice? I'm hoping I'm understanding your question correctly. But if the approval notice says 765 on the top left for form type, then that's great. Great news for you. Congrats. Let's see. Any other questions on YouTube? We're good. Okay, we're good over there. Good over here. How much time I got? I got 3 minutes, folks. Hopefully I can get in 2 more. Okay, Terry, you said your I-130 and 485 saying that an RFE was sent, but online they only attach one under, I think you mean 485 after that. Yeah, usually when there's RFE, they'll say it specifically for the 485 or I-130. Okay, 485. Okay, but they like you could download it, right? Sounds like you can download it, then you're good to go. I don't know if this answers your question, but whatever it says there, you can upload the evidence that you need to provide, which is great. I mean, I don't think it was like this 2 or 3 years ago. So try that out. So if anyone's filed their items on paper, anyway, Zoe, what happens when you miss your 71? Ooh, buddy, you missed the interview. Don't do that. Don't be missing the interview. And your 2-year green card is now expired. Okay. Zoe, you really need to give us a call or any immigration lawyer, okay? Because you definitely need to get that rescheduled ASAP. You don't want USCIS to assume that you failed to show up on purpose, or what they're gonna assume is that you failed to show up on purpose because your spouse didn't want to cooperate, right? So if you didn't mention this, but if you are separated or divorced, you definitely want to refile a new 751 to update them appropriately, okay? Because some people, they try to refile, they don't refile, but they're like, oh, okay, I'll just keep it like, the original one was checkmark married or filed jointly. And then you try to, some people think you're going to show up and just bring a divorce order. It doesn't work like that. You got to refile it, okay? It's really the best way. Yasmin, sorry, I missed the other part of the question. Can you apply for adjustment status even if you're going through court, or do you apply after the judge decides? No, you make the application, you file the application before a judge decides. But with the 2023 trend, Department of Homeland Security attorneys, I mean, we've been very fortunate, knock on wood, that most of the time we're able to get a dismissal. So we really prefer USCIS to make a decision on your marriage case anyway. Okay, sorry, folks. This is the last question. Reg, you apply for renewal I-90, 10 years. It's still pending. Can't apply for citizenship. Yeah, if it's been, assuming 3 or 5 years for you, probably, I'm assuming since I said I-90, it's probably been way more time. So, yeah, it's been at least 5 years, then you can apply. Go ahead. You don't have to wait for them to make a decision on I-90. A lot of y'all have been telling me that you've been waiting like 2 years for that, since still waiting for the I-90 decision. Just either want to file a mandamus lawsuit or go ahead and apply for citizenship if you're eligible. I know some of y'all have some criminal history. Maybe that just one crime is going to knock you out, okay, depending what that crime is. So I'm very sorry. I have to go. I have to go to a consult. I don't want to be late. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. I'm going to be out of town next week. So, but I'm going to try to go live on TikTok at least. It's very difficult to go live on a phone on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and usually follow us there, please find us on TikTok. Let's see. There it is. Green Card Guys _John on TikTok. And then, yeah, TikTok, they make it a lot easier. All right, folks, wish y'all the best. Give us a call or go to our website and our team will get you set up, okay? Wish y'all the best. Take care.